Hi, my name is Melissa Fino, and this is YouTube Tuesday. This episode is all about how to minimize conflict during the holiday season. But before we begin, my name is Melissa Fino. I am a women's worthiness coach. I teach them that everything worthy and beautiful already exists inside of them, not outside of them. You can find out more about me at loveyourlifecommunity.com. You can apply to work with me for one of my programs, or you can just go over there and get all my freebies. I promise you, I will not be mad at you. Just go on over there. Head on over there and see if there's anything that you like. But this episode is all about how to minimize conflict during the holiday season. Did you know that the month of November is now the month of gratitude? The whole entire month. And I think that's really beautiful because we all have so many people in our lives who support us in so many different ways that we don't tell we're thankful for enough. This whole entire month is that time to give a little bit more gratitude that way. We have so many experiences, whether they were hard struggles or a little bit easier, that have brought us to where we are today. We need to be grateful for all of those because we've learned so many lessons that have brought us to this exact place. And there's so many more that are going to continue to happen. And when you're grateful for them, so many more will come your way. So I want to tell you about something. First of all, before we even get into how to minimize holiday conflict, this is the month of gratitude. How do you express gratitude? Do you tell people that you're grateful for them? How does it show up in your everyday life? For me personally, I create something called a gratitude jar. And every month I go into my gratitude jar. But this is what I do. Every single day, I put something that I'm thankful for into my gratitude jar. I write it on a tiny little piece of paper, rip it off, fold it up, put it in the gratitude jar. And at the end of the month, I go back and start pulling out the pieces. And what I found is that the things that I am most grateful for are often the smallest pieces of kindness that somebody was offered. When somebody reached out their hand in a difficult time, when somebody called me or just sent me a text message to tell me that they were thinking of me and that they missed my voice, or when somebody brought me a cup of coffee because they knew I was having a long day, it's always those small little pieces that have always meant the most to me personally. But I encourage you to do something throughout the whole entire year that is similar to a gratitude jar. It doesn't have to be a gratitude jar. You can just write in a gratitude journal, anything. It just reminds you of how much you have in your life. So often we think of everything that we don't have and what our heart wants, and we forget about what we do have. But moving forward, the holiday season is a time period of anxiety and overwhelm for so many people. Yeah, it's true. If you feel this way, you're not alone. If you've ever felt anxious about the holidays coming along, press that big old like button because I need you to know that you're not alone. I'm going to offer you 7 tips on how to decrease and minimize some of that anxiety before it comes along. But a lot of us experience this, whether it's through loss in life, whether the family dynamic has changed, or if it's just the whole day in general. You put so many people into one area and there's so many unmet expectations, so many words that have been left unsaid, so many feelings that are unresolved, so many different people who have been ruminating on past thoughts and letting those sit. And then because it's unresolved, a lot of it tends to come out on the holidays. Some of us, I can give you a couple of different scenarios. We can have Crazy Uncle John. Crazy Uncle John, he drinks a bottle of wine before he sits down to have Thanksgiving turkey. And when you sit down at the table, he reminds you of all of the past mistakes that you've had. When you were 16, you crashed your parents' car. Did you forget about it? Because he's going to remind you. He's going to remind you. And when you were 24, what about that guy you dated for like 3 months and he had spent a week in jail? Oh yeah, Uncle John remembers. He actually remembers his last name, and I guess he saw him on Facebook. He wants to know if you two are still connected. Are you kidding me, Uncle John? I don't care about this stuff. That was the past. We're in this moment today. But Uncle John, he doesn't get that. He's a big old ruminator. Then you got your crazy sister, Carla. Carla is competitive. Let's just call her competitive Carla. Did you know that her husband just got a new job that was like a $15,000 promotion? And she just got a new Range Rover, and she just hung out with one of the new Desperate Housewives, and they're getting a new house on the Cape in a couple of months. And you're all like, Carla, I don't know how to tell you about this, but I don't care about your money. What I care about is how I feel. Am I happy? Carla's like, oh, for me, happiness equates to money. But whatever, Carla. Good for you. There are so many different scenarios that can happen. Your mom, she has this crazy expectation that you're going to be a lawyer, and you're like, no, Mom, that's never going to happen. I'm going to be who I want to be. So many different scenarios can happen on Thanksgiving or Christmas that cause us to go into extreme anxiety and overwhelm. They make us not want to go to these holiday functions, to these big family functions, because we just think of all of the feelings that we had before that we've just kind of worked through that we don't want to have again. We don't want to have them brought up again. So what do? Are you with me? Hit that big old like if you're with me and you want to know how to stop this holiday madness, because I'm going to give you 7 tips. They're going to start right now. The first one, let it go. Yeah. Crazy Uncle John, he's been crazy for 60 years. He ain't gonna change. And I have something that I really have to tell you. Not every battle that happens in your life is yours to win. And if crazy Uncle John is gonna make you go down some crazy, stupid spiral that you've been doing for 25 years, why are you gonna let it bother you? It's better to find peace and let it go and walk away, okay? That's number 1. Let it go, walk away. Number 2, it's kind of how do you prevent that before it happens? I have a big shocker for you. You can actually prevent this. It might not work all of the time, but for some people who really, really care about you, it might work. Set boundaries before Thanksgiving happens. You know, do you have a family email, family letter? Do you have a family text? These are 3 things I'm not going to be talking about. We're not going to be talking about my ex-husband. We're not going to be talking about how it's my first holiday without the kids. We're not going to be talking about my dog who passed away. We're not going to talk about the mistake that I made 15 years ago, because I'm sick and tired of every single holiday you bringing it up and me having to go down that backward spiral and spending a week at home underneath my covers recovering from the holiday that was supposed to be beautiful. Don't do it. Set boundaries. And then if somebody crosses them, you just got to let it go. You got to walk away, and then you just let it go. Okay. Number 3, set yourself a time limit. Know when you're walking into that holiday dinner that you're only going to spend 3 hours there. 3 hours, 4 hours, 2 hours, do whatever you have to do to make sure you maintain your sanity. And then know that after that 3-hour time limit or that 2-hour time limit is up, you're going home to give yourself a bubble bath. You're going home to get lost in a Netflix series. You're going to run over to your best friend's house and splurge out everything that just happened so that you know tomorrow you will be sane. Whatever it is, set yourself with a time limit. Okay, number 4. Do not repeat the same patterns. If you've been going down the same negative cycle for the past 10 years, every time somebody says something to you, or if you're over drinking, or if you're overeating, or if you're getting into the same conversation that upsets you, don't do it. Don't repeat the same experience or behavior that is going to lead to the same results. Just get out of that mindset. Okay, also, don't expect somebody else to behave a certain way. The only thing you can control is how you act and how you react, right? You can't expect that somebody else is going to act or react the same way that you do. It's just not going to happen. So if you if you just don't have any expectations, don't expect that something is going to work out a certain way, your heart is not going to be broken if it doesn't work that way because you have no expectations of it, right? Okay, number 6, make sure that you get out of your head and get into the moment. Yes, I'm going to repeat that because it is so important. Get out of your head and get in the moment. Here's why. So many of us have these conversations in our head with unresolved feelings, the things that we wish we had said. We repeat things over and over. So what ends up happening is we recreate the experiences as they had happened, but eventually down the road, we create different experiences in our mind that never even really happened. So we have these arguments, these conversations, these battles, inner turmoil that's going on. And what ends up happening is we react to something that happened inside our head, not something that's actually happening in the present moment. So get out of yesterday, get out of whatever is going on there that's causing you to be in this state of anxiety and nervousness, and just sit in the present moment. You might actually find that when you're sitting in the present moment, the person next to you is actually sitting in the present moment as well. They may actually want to have a beautiful conversation with you. They may be so enamored with the stage that you are in life and how beautifully poised you have been and non-reactive. They may see you for who you are today. And wouldn't that be such a beautiful Thanksgiving experience? Okay, the last thing that I want to tell you is, because as we grow older and as we evolve, we have so much loss in our life, whether we lose a parent, a spouse, a child, and just any important family member or friend. We can't expect our holiday traditions to be the same. They're never going to be the same. And when we try to recreate them without an imperative person that was a part of them, we're only going to upset ourselves even more. So if you want to not go there and not go down this negative rabbit hole that's only going to make you anxious and upset, my idea and my suggestion is to create new holiday traditions. And don't only just think about it on that day, think about it before that day. So when it comes to that moment, you can say, today I want every single one of us to say one word that reminds us of someone who's passed away, and one grateful thing that they did, or one funny moment, or just so many different things. Or I want to let some butterflies go, or we're all going to go outside and we're going to throw the ball and we're all going to play football together, or we're all going to go for a walk together, or we're going to say a toast. There's so many different things that you can do. And look at me, I kind of just thought about one of mine. But anyway, so this was the first part of a 3-part series. Next week, we're actually going to be talking about what happens when everybody says Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and you're not really feeling so freaking happy. It happens. It happens to a lot of us. So make sure to come back next week. And like I said, if you want to know more, you can head over to loveyourlifecommunity.com and learn more about me. But also, you can just subscribe to my channel. And if you like what you see, please hit like and make a comment and support me. Okay? See you next week. All the love. Bye.